What's up, Capoeira Nation? Welcome back to the Capoeira Experience podcast. Thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for tuning in and being part of the Capoeira community. And now I'm very happy to have this beautiful guest.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Awesome. This is your host, Instructor Kashishi from Capoeira Brazil, Indianapolis. Do you like my long sleeve? It's pretty nice. Capoeira Indy. All right. So today's topic. So we've been talking about this for a while, just like having conversations on this. Is very interesting because I guess that's a very common for I guess human for us as a human being in the movement community, I guess,
Yeah.
or like just normal, even personal training too.
Any fitness related.
Yeah. So pretty much the topic of today is going to be body awareness in capoeira, and I think that's such an important thing because we do so much lateral movements, back and forward angles, all kind of angles, and sometimes, especially when we're starting capoeira, we get so um, confused on right hand, left foot, and going forward and going backwards and going angles.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the how the topic came up.
So first off, I would like to say that this is Tempestade. To introduce me. But honestly, the topic came up, I think, because just training and like training with myself. And then I'm a personal trainer, so training clients. And every day seeing like people just
Yeah, right. Just regular, just even
people.
walking.
Yeah, just at the store or whatever.
Yeah.
Just not a lot of people have body awareness.
Yeah.
And even in capoeira, you go to somewhere and you notice like, oh, this person's kind of like not off, but they're like a little delayed,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it came off of just like watching people and training people and a mixture of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I think it's very important for us. And that's why I love so much capoeira. And I tell people, come try capoeira because that's going to help you so many ways. And body awareness is not a bad thing.
No.
It's just no
I would say
too unusual, I guess.
It's not whether you have it or you don't have it. You know what I mean? Because
I guess it's lack of training, if we can call it that.
You can call it that, definitely. And then just like body awareness, I think stems from self-awareness.
Yeah, totally.
So
that's true.
Even if like everyday things that you do, like your breath, your what you say to yourself, like definitely projects onto your body.
Yeah.
Your nervous system controls everything.
Yeah.
And so if we aren't self-aware, it is hard for us to be body aware, you know?
Yeah,
and
totally.
I've noticed like, and it's just this day and age too, like a lot of people aren't mentally self-aware.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of practice. It's like, and
definitely.
we can start seeing that in kids,
for sure.
And when we start walking, that's why you see kids when they start learning doing the first steps, they're so sloppy, right? And then they fall, and then they try to control, and then but they keep trying until we understand what is left and right, and the step left and right,
definitely.
left and right, until we learn how to move, and then it becomes just a natural movement, just like walking left and right, and our brain like tells us, okay, we got to find the balance in the walking.
Yeah, definitely. And as a kid, like you start to develop those skills and motor coordination and all that kind of stuff. And then as we get older, whether it's our environment or us or like whatever, we kind of stop doing that. Not everyone stops doing that, but the people who need a little bit more body awareness.
For sure. Yeah.
Like you've noticed those habits, they've stopped those habits.
Yeah.
And like I said, like it is all about self-awareness and just training and practicing. And that's not just being like just capoeira, but for capoeira, like really like dive deep into your mental state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And scan yourself.
Yeah.
Especially when we're doing movements in class or we get frustrated with something, or sometimes like I'm straying off the topic here, but a lot of us don't even realize what we don't know.
Yeah. Totally.
I
Yeah.
mean, we don't realize, oh, I'm just naturally doing a Jenga that's like super wide or super short. I mean, we just go into a stance, and then that is what our body naturally does.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where to put our body.
Yeah. Now that you mentioned that is very interesting, because I always ask myself this question.
Yeah.
For all topics, and either for capoeira or outside of capoeira.
Yeah.
Like, for example, do you think, I'm gonna just ask you a question and then you can tell me.
Let's do it.
Do you think, from your perspective, us as a teachers, instructors, and mestres, do we need body awareness?
So honest opinion.
Yeah.
I do feel like you do need to be aware of how your body moves.
Yeah.
And especially if you're teaching something, because the thing is about a lot of teachers nowadays is we instruct, but we don't instruct correctly.
Yeah.
And that's in every single martial art training, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of personal trainers out there that, I mean, we see that if you go to a commercial gym, you see personal trainers and they just sitting there, they tell you do push-ups, and the person is just doing horrible form because they don't know.
Yeah.
They go to a place to get information from you to learn how to move, and probably with specific goals.
Yeah.
But if you don't know, and that's where I'm going. Like, I wouldn't teach you what I don't know how to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I wouldn't teach you soccer.
Yeah.
I have no idea anything about soccer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't teach you American football.
Yeah.
I have no idea how American football works.
Well, that's the thing too, is like a lot of like capoeiristas, we do so many things at different angles, different directions, different entering, different escapes, and I feel like as like when I start getting to become an instructor too, it's like I need to know how my body works.
Yeah, totally.
And so I do think that, as you go up in capoeira, whether you want to teach or don't teach, it is so important to be aware of like yourself and how you move. Yeah. Because I like the last thing I would want to do is me move a certain way, and we all move different. You know?
Totally. Yeah.
So it's like the way I move is different than the way you move.
Yeah.
And something I do could be, it could impact you differently.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want anyone to get hurt from
totally
my not self-awareness.
Yeah. And that being said, do you need to get prepared before teaching someone in capoeira? Talk about capoeira.
Yeah.
Get prepared on body awareness for you to teach somebody in capoeira. Do you need to get prepared before?
I mean, that's hard though, because like I said, is like, you don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? How do you go to someone and look at them and be like, oh, that person doesn't have body awareness as an instructor, but they don't realize that. Yeah. They just know they're instructing. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's easier for me to be like, hey, for myself, I do need to work better on certain things. Yeah. And I need to become more aware or like train that more or whatever before I give it to someone else. Yeah.
Totally.
So I would say that for me personally, because every instructor is different.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, of course.
But knowing how to move is definitely different than being aware of how you move.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Because anyone can move. Yeah. From a baby to like elderly people, you know, like every single person can move themselves. Yeah. You can be in whatever type of shape you can be, you can move. Yeah. But actually being aware, I'm going to say aware like 100 times. Yeah. But being prepared and aware of how your specific body moves in different directions and different, let's say languages. That sounds kind of fun. Yeah. Definitely depends on you. Yeah. And it's so hard too, because like it stems from a lot of things like body awareness and being aware and self-aware and your ego and your nervous system. Like it's not just one topic, just like capoeira is not just one thing, you know what I mean? There's layers to it. Yeah. So like I feel like as capoeiristas, like learning to calm down in a hoda. You know what I mean? Like, have you seen those hodas? Sorry if I'm like straying off the topic, but have you seen those hodas where like beginners or whoever, they go super fast?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like super, super fast. And they're just like kind of like going crazy, doing super kicks. You know what I mean? Because their nervous system is going to like fight or flight, or they're excited, or, you know, they're feeling the energy, but their body is like in another
adrenaline rush.
Yeah, the adrenaline. But their body is in kind of like another plane.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's the exact moment where the body awareness kind of just flew out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you don't know that, you don't know that.
Yeah.
You know
If you're not aware of
if you're not aware of
moment,
that. Yeah. So it's up to us to be like, I feel like as instructors or people who kind of like get that, you know, to be like, hey, this is this.
Yeah.
Like explain to them, you know, and be like, this is the time when you really need to like kind of stop, obviously not stop in a hoda.
Yeah.
But stop, reset, breathe, and then come back at it.
Yeah.
You know, and really breathe into your movement.
Yeah.
Because, you know, our nervous system goes like crazy.
Yeah.
And like, then we like, one, forget to breathe. And then when we forget to breathe, it's just like our mind goes like into a white space.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You just let the nervousness to take over and it becomes just like a salad of everything, of a lot of stuff, a lot of moments. And I mean, it's normal. That happened to me when I started in capoeira at the beginning.
For sure, yeah.
If you don't know that part of the story, you know, like when I started capoeira, I didn't play in the Hada for my very, very, very first year.
Yeah.
But after a year training, which 1 year, I think you should be a little bit more comfortable on the Hada. Yeah. When I entered in the Hada, I was so nervous.
Yeah, definitely.
I was like, I did like two jingas, one malayo con paso, one malayo you French is so sloppy.
Yeah.
And then so nervous back to jinga, and then I got out.
Yeah.
I was so nervous. It was super crazy. And then eventually the second time and the third time and the fifth time and so on. And then you start getting a little bit more comfortable and confident. Yeah. And then you start being more aware of your own body as you move as you enter in the Hada.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I ask you that because I don't have any fitness certification. Yeah. But I do a lot of research. Yeah. I check all people that I know that have knowledge behind what they're saying. And I research on, I'm not going to be following just a person because they're on Instagram and they have 100K followers. Yeah. And they move not just because of that. Yeah. So I try to look for their background, or I try to see, okay, where they came from, where, what is their background in whatever movement they're doing and what kind of movement they do. And also before, I always been doing researches on personal training on the sense of workouts, form for workouts, form for squats, form for lifting, form for pull-ups, for those kind of forms that little angles is going to change. Yeah. And we can apply some of that to capoeira, like you said before. Yeah. Everything we do in capoeira is just a little bit of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
That we put all together, and I just do my research before I apply that into my class.
Yeah. So bouncing off that topic, I grew up in a fitness household. You know what I mean? And I was always taught is like, if you think you're the smartest person in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. Yeah. And that also leads with like, if you think you know everything about fitness and movement, you're probably mistaken. Yeah. Because it's an evolving culture. It's an evolving thing. And fitness and movement and all that has been around for so long. Yeah. You know what I mean? And just
thousands of years. We don't even know.
Thousands of years. Yeah.
Now it's becoming a popular thing. Now movement is becoming a popular thing.
Movement, functional recovery, all that stuff. You know what I mean? And which is great. I mean, it's
totally super great. Yeah.
We were talking about this before, and it's like 8 years ago, that wasn't a thing.
Yeah,
you know
that's true. Yeah.
Like every time we went to events, someone was hurt, someone was doing this because they didn't take the proper care of their body. Yeah. You know, and
now that you mentioned that, I want to ask you this.
Sure.
Do you think is I know the answer, but I want people to know this answer because we already talked about this.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you think it's very important for us to do cross training? For example,
Yeah.
let's say animal flow
Uh-huh.
and outside of capoeira, of course.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
CrossFit outside of capoeira. Yoga outside of capoeira. Those kind of cross trainings. What do you think?
Yes, definitely. Yeah, I know you were gonna know, but yeah, I mean capoeira is great. Capoeira uses your whole body.
Yeah.
But cross training is gonna also get you stronger and your balance better and everything, and capoeira is the one thing that incorporates everything, but you can't just do capoeira.
Yeah.
You have to get stronger in other fields to help improve that.
Like, for example, like what would be good recommendation for people out there? You as a licensee personal training.
Yes.
What would be good trainings that people can do outside?
So man, that's a lot. That's a very big topic.
Yeah, just say names.
Honestly, yoga is really good for your flexibility, your balance. Animal flow. I mean, I know animal flow has been kind of like trending for a while, but honestly, that's so good for you. And like just to be strong with your own body weight.
Yeah.
Like
animal flow. And
really
there's
great.
Also like different names for animal flow.
Yeah. I mean, there's
primal movements.
Yeah. Like any basic movement is really good.
Yeah.
HIIT training, I think, is really good.
Oh yeah.
You're building up your power, your intensity.
Yeah. Stamina.
Your stamina.
Yeah.
Definitely. Because like Capoeira is such a fast spurt of energy.
Yeah. Depends on the style though.
It does depend on the style. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
But definitely getting that like spurt. Well, for Capoeira Brazil.
Yeah.
That helps. Like HIIT training helps.
Yeah. Totally.
So stretching helps. Yeah.
Calisthenics.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really depends. I think calisthenics for some things are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plyometrics.
Plyometrics are good. Yeah, those are really good. Yeah.
Love plyometrics.
I know you do.
Yeah. Jump boxing, like jump stuff, burpees. I love burpees.
If you follow Tempestade on Instagram, you're gonna see the burpee challenge.
Well, that was in October. So
it was October.
Yeah,
okay, never mind. Oops, I'll take that back. Okay, cool. So I had the idea in my mind and I just forgot. I went to about Instagram and okay, I remember. So I think we also have to learn how to be. It's just tricky, right? Because you can probably, I could probably go out there, post every single on Instagram every single day and tell you how much I know about fitness, even if you don't know my background, and because that's was and again, no throwing rocks to anybody, but that's what happens to a lot of the Instagram fitness gurus, I guess if we can call it that way, or fitness influencers.
Yeah.
So it's tricky because you see them, and I've seen a lot of them that they have even like the check mark on Instagram.
Yeah.
And when you see them doing squats, it's like, oh my God, man, like doesn't hurt my back.
Yeah.
Or doing deadlift, and it's like, man, how somebody like with such a bad form can be influencing people and teaching them through social media to follow their programs, and they're not either personal trainers or it's just like drives me crazy because I'm saying that because we have to learn how to be kind of like copycats.
Yeah.
That, okay, I'm gonna try to copy whatever form as much as possible and close to a person and be very detailed looking. I guess you got to keep your eyes open for details and the body awareness of the person that you are learning from. And squats, okay, look at the knees, look at the ankles, and are the ankles like lifting up, the heels lifting up, and then that's a really bad squat. And the form, the curve, the straight, and those kind of little details you gotta watch for forms, and
also the way
I guess experience
program is built too. You know what I mean? It's like if you're having someone do like burpees after jump squat, after jump lunge, after this, you know what I mean? Like that's gonna wear the person down or hurt their knees or all this kind of stuff. So
when we always focus on one specific spot.
Yeah. So that's just the gift of social media that's happening. You know, it's like you have to kind of be aware of the filtering out the information you want to take.
Yeah.
You know, because and like you see that a lot. I was like, do what's best for your mental health, you know, like when you scroll or whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing with fitness, same thing with capoeira, same thing with everything. It's like you have to kind of decide for yourself what you think is correct. And you have to have some common sense in that too, you know? Of being like, oh, well, this person does this squat a certain way, but this person's knees are completely the other way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you have to like make that decision to yourself of what do I think is the better way to copy. And the good thing, I would say the good thing now is like a lot of like of those influencers are kind of like still in like trend, you know? But a lot of people who have like the science, the knowledge, all that are like rising up. And like are
100%.
getting,
I was about to say that too.
They are getting like the necessary attention that they need. Because you know how I am. I'm always the type of person I'm like, you need a certification. You need to have like knowledge. You need to like literally like always study about like the things that you don't know. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, I knew a trainer who was like, I got my certification. I know everything. And then they never did continuing education. And it's like, that cannot happen. And it's, you have to continue.
Outside of capoeira and inside of capoeira.
And you inside in capoeira, you have to continue. Because even though the Jenga is going to be the same, your Jenga can be lower. Like you always have to educate yourself. Every single year. Every time, every moment, every class, you can like educate yourself a little bit
your
more.
Research and read, look on forums,
watch videos. You know what I mean? Like you can develop your game by just watching videos. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like you said today in class, like just watching the holder, you develop your game.
Of course.
You know, and then
of course you have to get in the Hada too.
Obviously you have to get in the Hada.
You have to get in the Hada, not just watch for 2 years.
I would say like jumping back into body awareness kind of thing, like practice, train. You know what I mean? Like
do your research, study whoever you're following. And
and like, you know, it's so important to like really scan ourselves. And like, you know, you hear like when you're sitting at a desk, oh, my shoulders are hunched over. I need to sit back up. It's the same thing in capoeira. Like, oh, I'm in a Jenga. Oh, I'm leaning too far forward. Oh, I'm leaning too far back. Scan your body. Scan your body. And that is going to be the first step to help you becoming body aware. You know?
And the same thing I say in class too, like, and I mentioned these multiple times, like be present in the class. Because if you are not present, you're thinking on whatever dinner and the burrito that you're going to have at night. And then
freaking bomb burrito
and the super burrito that they sell here.
Super burrito.
So is you're gonna forget because again, body awareness, right? And then you have to be 100% present on whatever you are doing at the moment.
And
in class, be 100% present.
But the thing too is like that gets tiring, you know, like not to like disagree with you, but like to be like, oh, how am I gonna be aware 100% of the time? You don't have to be 100% of the time.
Totally.
But you do have to like put those little cues in your head of being like, oh, I need to be present. Oh, I need to take, you know, this step on this, you know, and it is something that you have to be like constant at, you know what I mean?
Especially at the beginning.
And it is something that it's like a little like tedious. But it helps you in the long run.
Yes, I was how to go
you know
that way.
I mean?
Because it becomes once, for example, let's just talk something so simple as a push-up, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So, for example, there's a lot of people, like if you're watching the video, right? So there's a lot of people that do push-ups. And they either the shoulders are too forward, the shoulders are too back. And sometimes when we do push-ups, we bring the shoulder blades together, which is gonna hurt our shoulders. So it's or it just can hurt different ways, or like a squat position. So once you understand those little forms, those little details, you don't have to do it every single time for every single squat you do. Because and then if you do it for the first I don't know, first year that you are working out in squats and working out your legs.
Yeah.
If you do this for capoeira for the first 2 years, 3 years of like being present and being understanding your own body, you can, that's like you said, it's gonna help you in the long run.
Yeah.
Because it becomes a muscle memory.
Yeah.
It becomes a muscle memory that when you don't have to come back to the jinga every single time you do a jinga. You know how many jingas we do in Nahada? So it's once you do in class and you understand, oh, I'm gonna focus today on my jinga. Okay. Okay, Kashisei said to, you know, be present. Okay, now today I'm gonna focus on my jinga. I'll do all the class and everything else, but my jinga is gonna be my focus today.
Yeah.
And do this for 2 months. And then when you feel comfortable, and now move on to the next moment.
Yeah.
And then because that jinga is gonna last for the next 100 years.
Yeah.
You know.
Another thing with that too is, you know, when you're in a class with a mixed group of people, you know, like you see the future, you see like the higher chords, and you're like, I want to be there.
Yeah.
And you, I mean, I don't know, just personally generalizing, whatever. A beginner, a person who's been doing it for like 1 week is like sees a blue red, and they're like, I want to be there.
Yeah.
And then they try to be there within their first week.
Yeah.
And you know how long that blue red has been training, practicing, has been putting the sweat, all that. You know what I mean? So it's like we also always want to rush and skip that level and be like, oh, well, I don't need to be here. I can be here. You know what I mean? But it's like, man, it is really humbling when you get taken down to be like, man, I really do need to practice this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And following that up is practice slow at first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know.
Understand the movement.
Understand the movement. Practice it slow.
Yeah.
It's literally like a squat or a push-up. It's like, get the mechanics first. Go slow.
Yes, I like that.
And then you can bust out super fast.
But
until you understand.
But not the first two reps. And,
not the first 2 reps. Yeah. But like, honestly, until you really understand the mechanics of something, you're not really ready. You can try it. You can practice it. I'm not saying not to practice something, but understand the basics, understand the base of whatever move you're doing. The mechanics of it and the purpose behind that move. You know, because just throwing out a martello just to throw it out and your leg looks like a noodle. There's no purpose in that.
Totally.
And that could actually be harmful for you in any situation. You know what I mean? Or it could be, if you're playing with a higher chord, that noodly leg is an opening to take you down. You know, so being aware of yourself in that sense of like slowing down your movement when you're first training, or even if you're training for like 20 something years. You can effectively work your body.
Yes, I agree.
By slowing it down. Obviously, you know, pick it up a little, pick up the pace when, you know, you need like some cardio or your heart burning or whatever. But to really understand the base of body awareness, slow down. I like that. And overall, you know, we have to practice the understanding of those mechanics. I like that. Because even if it's just coming back to squats and push-ups, even if it's just 5, but you scan your body, and you know, we are living in a society where there's so much information out there. Oh yeah, so much.
We're living in the society of information where is sometimes even way too much, because and then you don't even know what is the good information or not. But if you do your research and you see a pattern on different workouts and different techniques, is important for us to understand how they work and how to follow that pattern, and keep researching, keep doing the homework.
Definitely.
And then what else? Well, what else do you think about even when I'm training, like on 2019 when I went to Fortaleza?
Yes.
So August 2019 when I went to Fortaleza. I was training with Coral back then, Professor Coral in Fortaleza. Back then I had 17 years doing capoeira already.
Yeah.
So, and he was like, hey, like, you doing something wrong in the Ahmada and the Melody Compasso. When he told me that and he showed me, I was like, I've been doing 17 years the Ahmada and the Melody Compasso on that way.
Yeah.
When he showed me, I was like, see the misunderstanding on some information. So you can be doing something for too long or for so long, and you can be doing it wrong. So it's better always to get somebody that already knows.
Yeah, definitely.
And ask. Don't be shy to ask. Don't be scared to ask and be like, hey, what do you think about my capoeira game?
Yeah.
Hey, and that's the other thing that people in general, including me, because I can sometimes I ask Mr. Mindinho, hey, Mr. Mindinho, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
What do you think about this moment? Is you think it's my Ahmada, something as basic Ahmada. After 20 years, I should know how to do Ahmada, right? But I tell Mr. Mindinho, you think, do they need to fix something on my Ahmada? Do they need to fix something on this? Because me as a teacher, I have to pass that information to my students.
Yeah.
If I don't have the right form, or not the right form, to not call it, because there's many ways, right? But if I don't have a proper form,
yeah, that's a nice word,
for me to pass it to my students, again, it comes back with what I said at the beginning. How I'm gonna teach you something that I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna teach you how to play berimbau if I don't know how to play berimbau.
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you how to do a cartwheel and an AU if I don't know how to do AU. Makes no sense to me. Same people with now Achara Capoeira, right? The people say like, oh, I'm gonna teach you how to be a millionaire. Okay, show me your background.
Yeah.
Are you a millionaire too? It makes no sense,
Yeah.
I'm gonna teach you to be a millionaire, but I live in an apartment. That makes no sense.
Yeah.
And everybody makes different choices. I don't care if it's just an example, okay? But I'm not gonna teach you how to play berimbau, have no idea how to play berimbau or lead the hut.
Yeah.
So makes no totally sense. So do you the research, you do your homework, training.
Yeah.
Ask for feedback from your teacher. Ask for feedback from when you go travel.
Your peers.
Yeah, your peers. And be, hey, what do you think about this AU?
Yeah.
Is it too sloppy? My handstand, is it too sloppy?
Yeah.
Ask for feedback. I think feedback is really important for us to get better and to understand our own body.
Feedback and training.
Oh yeah. Your teacher, your instructor, your mestre, or whoever, your yoga teacher. Ask them how is your handstand. Those kind of stuff.
Yeah. And definitely too, like someone who is who's just into capoeira, you know what I mean? Like bouncing off the certified knowledge kind of thing is like someone who just does capoeira, you know what I mean, may not know how to do a proper squat, for example. You know what I mean? So it's like definitely like know who you can ask certain questions to.
Yeah, totally.
Because everyone knows something different, and what someone just has like a little knowledge of might not be the best.
Or ask the same question to 10 people and see.
Ask the same question to 10 people. See what the answer is.
And if you see a pattern of like the same answer, because there's many ways to do different squats. There's different type of squats. But if there are going to be little details of squats that when it's a proper squat. If somebody tells you, you don't need flexibility on the ankles to do a squat, that's kind of like a bad advice, because you do need the flexibility on the ankles to do squats. Or your knees, the angle of your knees and your lower back. Hey, you think it's fine for me to keep my back straight? No, that's okay. Don't worry about your back. Do 300 pounds and don't protect your back. Is those kind of little advice. I hope nobody is doing that, right? And this is just an example. It's not an advice, but it's tricky. It's just tricky. You just gotta do your research. And then because so much information on it.
And going back to body awareness, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. And I highly stress that, if you're someone who wants to like become more aware of themselves, really scan your body, really practice, really train. Like it's going to take time. You know, I mean, the best things literally always take time.
Yeah. And, totally.
And hey, we have all the time right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
The perfect time.
The perfect time is now. So
Yes.
start right now.
Yes.
Like literally, as you're listening to this podcast, get down, do some jingas, like
yeah.
cartwheel,
5 push-ups.
all this stuff.
Give me
Yeah.
5 push-ups.
5 push-ups, maybe 10 burpees.
Yeah. Just if you're washing dishes, stop the dishes and go do 5 push-ups.
If you're driving, I don't recommend stopping what you're doing though.
No.
Yeah.
Park the car at home, but open the door and do 5 push-ups.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Just kidding. Just go whenever you get a chance to train. Go train. Ask with your teacher, with your instructor. Hey, like, can we train together on the side and see? Correct my form.
Yeah.
Help me. Give me some feedback in class for me to understand my own body, because bad form you're going to see if you go to a capoeira event. Unfortunately, we don't have any background in the past. And we see people wrapping up the elbows, wrapping up the ankles, wrapping up low, trying to stretch the lower back. And then it's because we've been doing something wrong before. And we didn't take care of those little details and bad form. And it just, we pay the price later. And you're not going to feel it now. You're not going to feel it today. But if you continue doing bad form, like hunching your back while you jinga, just relaxing your back, you're going to feel like that in the next 2 years, 5 years.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to feel it. The impact of capoeira will catch up,
Yeah. And the best way to start taking care of that is now. So train or, contact personal training.
Yeah.
Personal trainer,
Hello. Contact me. Instagram.
Yeah. Contact Tempestade. And if you need forms with squats and all those kind of stuff, she's a certified personal trainer. And you can just send a video and be like, hey, like, can you help me with my form? Because she's been correcting a lot of my forms and a lot of stuff that I apply in my class. So it's really good for us to get feedback from somebody that knows.
Yeah. And like, even for myself, it's like, I've been doing a lot of like self-discovery, self-scanning, and even in my game, I'm like scanning my game, watching our videos, and I'm like, oh, I need to be more aware of this. I need to train this outside of capoeira to be better inside capoeira.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't tell you something that I'm not trying to improve or trying to do myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wrap it up now. Thank you so much for listening this part. Thank you so much for following the podcast.
Yes.
Keep training, keep supporting your capoeira school, support the capoeira community. I'm gonna say this every single time. Supporting the capoeira community, traveling to your local capoeira community. We cannot be part of the capoeira community, or it makes no sense to me to be part of a community if I don't make connection directly with the community.
Definitely.
Traveling, going to their events. Whenever I get in, and I told you this many times, whenever I get to Mestre Core, or like higher levels, and somebody level or below my level and on teachers.
Yeah.
If I'm a Mestre and somebody's a teacher and they're having an event, I'm gonna go support this. You don't have to invite me, man. I'm gonna show up.
Yeah.
Because I want to go play with you.
I'm there.
And this part of the community, we talk about freedom, we talk about all the community stuff, and we're not supporting the community. So the best way to support the community is to go to the community, go to hadas, to open hadas, go to classes, contact your teachers and your instructors in your area and be like, hey, do you have an open hada? Hey, can I come play your hada? I don't have to do your class. I don't have time for your class, but I have time do the hada. I can make time to the hada. Can I go show up in the hada? So that way we build relationships, we help the capoeira community, and we can grow. That's the best way for us to grow and connect with the community.
Yeah. Show up with action.
Yeah.
Don't show up with words.
Yeah.
Show up with action.
Or just a cute post on Instagram and saying that you're part of the community, but you're not connected with community. So let's be part of the community. Let's be real.
Take action.
Be connected in the community. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I have the light here. Thank you so much. Peace. thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for getting this far. Remember, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up on Facebook or YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is going to help us and help me to get bigger numbers and bigger subscribers so we can give more information. Okay, please, if you're listening, I know you're listening, I know you're watching, please give me a subscribe, give me a like. Okay, I know you're watching right here or listening. All right, have an amazing day. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening every single episode, especially the episode we just did. All right, thank you so much. Peace.